this is not okay. Jeremy Corbyn is an on-record, open anti-Semitic leader in the UK, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is talking about the fact that they had a wide-reaching conversation and that she was looking forward to working with him. And I tweeted about it because I'm seeing this trend of open anti-Semitism and open racism that is coming from the left. So people in America who follow me need to pay attention to what just happened today in the UK. Jeremy Corbyn is pretty much what happens if Ilhan Omar and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez became one person. Openly racist, open anti-Semitic, but he's leading the Labour Party. The Labour Party, for those of you that don't know, is the equivalent to the Democrats over in the UK. So the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn is leading it. Today, 7 people from his own party resigned because they can no longer accept that their party has become so anti-Semitic and so racist. And this is huge. So people on the left in America, the Democrats, have just openly embraced an anti-Semite, somebody that is so anti-Semitic and so racist that 7 members of his own party resigned. Okay? That would be the equivalent of if Cory Booker, Nancy Pelosi, some people that have been in the Democrat Party for 50 years even, because I think one of the members had actually been a member of the party for decades, decided to resign because they no longer understood the radicalization of their own party. This is exactly what is happening in America right now. We talk about Ilhan Omar, who is just openly anti-Semitic, and I will give kudos where kudos is due to Nancy Pelosi for demanding that she issue an apology, but her apology was half-hearted, and she's still a member of the party. She's still a member of Congress, which to me is unacceptable. When people are openly expressing hate, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez openly expressed hostility towards Israel in that interview that we all saw where she said that they were occupying Palestine, and then weeks later she has a conversation with Jeremy Corbyn, and this is, our media is not covering this way if they should. If this was happening on the right, if it was happening in terms of Republicans, the media would be all over this. If this rise of racism and anti-Semitism was happening to the Republican Party, we would be hearing about this nonstop, and yet this seems to be flying under the radar, and it's not okay. So here's what I predict. To see this happen, everything that seems to be happening in the UK and in America is always symbiotic. I mean, Brexit really was about the rise of populism, as Trump was about the rise of populism and people that were rejecting this sort of globalist narrative. And similarly, obviously, is exactly what's going on. So here's what I predict is going to happen similarly in the U.S. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar are radicals. They really are. They're radicals. There's really no other way to say it. And they are radicals that are openly racist and hostile towards white men. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is blatantly racist towards white men. There is no question she is racist towards white men. Cory Booker is racist towards white men. And their party is, they are allowing this hostility towards straight white males and taking it to the next level because they are just, they hate Trump, and Trump is a straight white male. So we're seeing this increasingly get crazy, obviously, with the Jussie Smollett case and unpacking the fact that this was an absolute hoax. One hoax among many, by the way. One hoax among many. This only got so much attention because he's a celebrity and he's an actor in a show in Hollywood, and so many people in Hollywood jumped on this. So the rise of racism, and now we're seeing Ilhan Omar, who doesn't even care. She's just like, I hate Jews, and that's what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez seems to be implying, because the two of them are the closest in their party. They are going to end up splintering. This is a total guess. But at some point, the more moderate Democrats, similar to the moderate MPs in the UK, are going to have to stand up and make a stand up and publicly condemn what's going on in their party, and perhaps they will completely splinter and create their own party, which is what's happening right now in the UK. These are very, very, very interesting times, and to see that, similar to Jeremy Corbyn, Jeremy Corbyn somehow, even though he's an old white male, was able to sort of galvanize this youth movement, and he was able to get younger people behind him in these horrible, horrible ideas, which is why we're launching Turning Point UK to respond to this, to say that it's not acceptable for people to be openly racist, for people to be openly anti-Semitic, and I'm actually happy and proud that the MPs of a Labour Party said enough is enough and announced that they're leaving the party. The same exact thing needs to be done in terms of Democrats. They have to separate themselves from this horrific, racist, anti-Semitic arm of their party, which is radicalized and becoming very popular. I mean, the fact that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is being hailed as a hero by leftist media honchos should terrify everybody. We can't have this in our country. We've come so far. And I think we're all sort of willing to accept now that the hate is coming from the left. You can't, I mean, it's undeniable at this point. We can't keep pretending that it's Trump's America. It's not Trump's America. Trump's America is ushering in an era of peace, and he is trying to the best of his ability to bring people together. But with radicals like AOC and radicals like Ilhan, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, Ilhan Omar, who pledged her hand over the Quran. I mean, it's the most bizarre thing in the entire world. She's trying to help ISIS soldiers get lesser sentences and trying to help out their families. This is happening publicly, and every single person needs to find their voice and to speak out against it. I just wanted to rant really quickly about that because I'm not sure that people in America pay enough attention to politics over in the UK. But what's happening today, look it up, is a very, very, very big deal. This is someone that, again, AOC just publicly linked arms with. His whole party is falling apart because of his